If you're planning to rent a car anytime soon, you better read the fine print. The new bill proposed by the Senate Commerce Committee will allow car rental companies to rent potentially dangerous vehicles.
Travel insider Mark Murphy joins us now on set. He's also the president and CEO of Travel Alliance Media. Thanks for being here, Mark.
Thanks.
All right, so tell us a little bit about what this new bill is proposing.
So it's in the transportation bill, and what they're saying is it's pro-consumer according to the folks who wrote it, but I disagree because they're saying that if you are a car rental company, you can leave cars that are facing a recall out on the lot and rent them. And so I think that's a huge, huge challenge because some recalls are voluntary. They're not a big deal. They're small things in the car. Some, as we know with the airbag issue, are major safety issues.
And
deadly, exactly. So
how is renting a car under recall, how is that not illegal?
Good question. I don't know what this bill, what they're thinking about by putting this in there. I think the concern they have is that the smaller car rental companies that have limited inventory have to take those cars out of inventory in order to wait for the recall items to get there, in order to get them fixed, and it's going to put an undue burden on those people. But at the same time, I say you have to do something to protect customers at the end of the day. And if it's a safety-related issue, do the recall. Take those cars out of service.
All right.
It's a big deal.
Let's switch gears a little bit here. This next topic has been getting quite a bit of traction on the internet recently, and despite criticism online, seats on airplanes may soon have a makeover.
Oh, no. One of the world's biggest airline seat makers is applying for a patent that is getting under a lot of people's skin. Mark, tell us about this patent.
Well, it depends on how much you like your neighbors, right? So if you are in that middle seat with this configuration, you are facing your two neighbors. Now, this is not unprecedented because on Southwest, you have the row of 3 and 3 in the past where you would be facing each other, which I always hated because I want my privacy and I want to be looking into the seat back, not necessarily the person across the way. But it has been out there. What they're doing here is trying to jam more seats into the plane, which provides what? More revenue to the airlines. And then if we're all into social media, how about social interaction, right? So
no, we can't have that.
I mean, instead of Match.com, just go on and try to figure out, who's going to be sitting with you, right?
Human interaction.
Maybe you make a connection. Who knows? Any good things could come of this.
There's that privacy issue, which Elaine and I both were like, ugh. But how about the safety issue? Is it safe to do this?
You know what? That's a good question. I believe it is. Because at the end of the day, whether you're facing forward or backwards, if the plane goes down, they say get in the crash position. There's another saying for it, and I can't say it on this broadcast, but it's just very sketchy regardless. So if you're sitting facing forward or backwards, I don't think that's the issue. Keep in mind, the flight attendants in their jump seats are doing what? They're facing they're facing the rear of the plane, right? In this, right, as the passengers are facing forward. So if it's okay for the flight crew to be sitting that way, why wouldn't it be okay for the passengers, right? And then in this case, it's really they're really trying to figure out how to put more people on planes at a higher profit margin. And then if you think about things, whether it's fuel efficiency, getting more people on planes, that new patent for the new Airbus that they're talking about, the double-decker that can land on the smaller runways, we're going to have very congested skies. We're going to have more people in terms of demand that the current infrastructure can handle. So these innovations are going to be really critical to keep the American public moving. So that's, I think, one of the answers. Now, keep in mind, these patents, they file a million patents about these things. There was a patent last year about bicycle seats. It was literally like a bicycle seat on the plane to jam more people in. There have been stand-up patents where you stand up like you're a strap hanger on the subway. I just rode the subway to the studio today, and I'm hanging out going, okay, if I was on a plane right now, would this be a good thing?
Air rage incidents would be a skyrocket.
Yeah, well, this way you could kick them in addition to, doing all sorts of great things. That's just what we need, right? Just what we need.
We don't like it, just for the
record.
You
don't like it now? You don't want to meet some strangers on the plane?
Well, no. I'm sure they're lovely.
It might be good for families, though, right? Then you could actually get the kid off the iPad and the iPhone.
It might be true.
So a little more social.
We'll say.
I don't know.
Travel Insider. Mark Murphy, thanks so much.
Thanks.